Hello everyone, we are back again with another episode. This time we have another cast member again. This is Farouk. Uh, Ritwik and Ria are unavailable again, so there's gonna be three people on this episode as well. So, last time we played Shakhtar on and the result was amazing, quite mostly unexpected, I'd say. If it was a few games back, I'd say it was expected, but this time around, it was rather unexpected. A pleasant surprise, though. Second half mostly. The first half was uh, it was okay. Nothing special. The second half, though, I've said it countless times. Ancelotti does something during the halftime break that uh, he just works his magic during those 15 minutes. So, what are your thoughts on the last game against Shakhtar?
Well, I don't know, man. Like for me, the first half was. You said it wasn't actually special, but for me, we were actually lucky to go into the halftime with a lead because I don't know, man. They were combining well, like quick one-twos, always like progressing the ball. Like although we created like a few chances, like it wasn't nothing. There wasn't no cutting edge to our attacks. Like throughout the first half, like we were just hoping and praying for a breakthrough. And what a goal, like if you want to score an own goal, you better score something like that, like seriously, to be honest, like um yeah, that helped us big time. Like I don't know, like football is a funny game because you never know like how things are going to pan out unless like you're there. So I actually wonder, like if we weren't gifted that goal, like how the game would have turned, because they were up for it, we were up for it. We had that, like I'm pretty sure, like the whole squad, the whole Real Madrid squad had last year's fixtures on the back of their mind, how like
Mm-hmm.
how they bet us both home and away. So yeah, the goal helped us big time, and second half we turned up. We turned up. Players were up for it. Carlo just, I think during halftime he emphasized how just keep it simple, just stick to the 4-3-3, go through the motions, and you'll eventually start carving them open because they had to like come out and push for an equalizer.
Yeah.
What do you think, Farouk?
Yeah, actually,
How did
I
you?
was actually gonna point out the first
Mm,
half. Like, really, it was quite interesting about the first half because normally, like, you could see even with players like Vini Jr. Like, Vini Jr.
mm,
literally could almost not beat anyone in the first half, and like
yeah.
we had like a weird tactics like in the first half. Like, we literally were not even pressing. Like, we were waiting for
Mm,
Shakhtar to come to us, and then we were hoping to get the ball back, and it was quite interesting. So that got me thinking, what if we were to play like big European teams and like I think they would punish us for the first half. Like this has been a recurring theme. Like no, I think four, five, six
we
matches.
start
Like
slow.
always. Like this is just you have to wonder. But the second half really like wow, that was just something else. And also, I would
Yeah.
like to point out also sometimes we want the flashy players, the Vinis and the Benzemas, but also like I actually liked the performance by Lucas Vasquez. Like it wasn't anything flashy, but he was the person who always gives his
A
all
perfect
and
workout. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The work rate was fantastic, and it was through the ball that eventually the perfect own goal you talked about came up.
Nodo hates him. Nodo hates him. I used to
Yeah,
tell you, bro, Nodo, like, you can call him shit when he's shit, but he does a job. He does a job.
yeah. Actually, it's it goes back to the issue. You can't always have like 11 Galacticos in a team. Obviously, you need
Yeah,
like the
absolutely, man.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So you need
Um,
those players to fill the gaps.
Mm.
you know, I love Lucas, but even
No,
but
you don't.
no,
No, you don't.
Lucas I love, but I think he's bad though. It doesn't mean I don't love him, but he is bad. Uh, Even in this game, they knew they could not get past Mendy, so if you noticed, like every attack came from Lucas Vasquez's side, and
Yes.
a lot of them went through. Like, do you remember that one time it was called offside in the end, but
Yeah,
Mendy
like
had
his
to
position
clear. Yeah,
is horrible.
he
Yeah,
like
Mendy had to clear. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
You know what? In the last season when Zidane was here, yeah, of course he was still not Carvajal, but he was, semi-solid.
Mm.
This season he's
More than
just
Carvajal.
he looks like a headless chicken running around. He doesn't know what to do in defense, and in offense, the only thing he does is cross. He just
Yeah.
gets the ball, crosses, gets it back,
Yeah,
crosses,
Mm.
gets it back,
hopeless
crosses,
crosses. Yeah.
and this is what he does. And he was bound to get lucky at some point.
Yeah.
Um, it was converted by their player though. It was kind of unfortunate for Shakhtar, but I still think he could have cleared it better. For sure,
Yeah.
the Shakhtar player, like Asensio showed us how to actually cross.
Yeah.
His assist to Benzema was pretty good. Although Shakhtar had lost motivation and it was 4-0, and they
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't get themselves to defend.
Yeah.
But still, that is how to cross. Lucas Vasquez just sits on the right side, just crosses. The cross hits somebody's head, and it's usually
Yeah.
not a Real Madrid player, and then it gets cleared out. So I don't know. He needs to find something
The
else
thing
to.
is, bro, like I get your like frustration with Vasquez. Like it's totally warranted. Like nobody's gonna be like, why are you like hating on Vasquez for no reason? But bro, like when things don't go away, when we are like down and out with injuries and suspensions, he'll do a job. I'll tell you now, if we have a crucial away knockout fixture like against Bayern or City or someone, he'll be starting if like Carvajal is still not making it. Like
Yeah, but
so.
Sorry to interrupt, but
And
it's a
also,
if Carvajal would for sure not make it. That's how he is. Like Carvajal is like 5 games very good, and then the next 10 games he's injured. Like he's like an enigma I haven't solved so far. Like if you could recall, like in the Champions League finals, he got injured, the one he could not make, and you just keep wondering like what happens. Like you have a world class player, and you don't even. It's and now it comes back to the Bale enigma, like in the President tenure, like you were thinking like Bale is this player you who can change the games, but he's just never
mm,
available. Then what happens eventually? But this is something
mm,
also I don't know. Maybe it's time to move on. I don't know.
yeah, we
like I'm
definitely
a
need a
team.
right back, and selling
We need a
Hakimi was. Oh,
it's
uh, that
mad,
yeah.
mad amount.
It's like I think I right now at least this season I prefer Nacho on the right side than Lucas
Mm.
Vasquez because at least he knows how to defend, sort of.
Yeah, he is like
At least
that. At
better,
least I can
better,
only
better than Lucas Vasquez. Like you know what, Lucas Vasquez is kind of, he's very predictable as to what he's gonna
Yeah,
do. But the thing
yeah.
is, Benzema, Benzema's
Mm.
Benzema's like a lot of the times he's also predictable. And hear me out on this. Like whenever he's on the left side, he's
Yeah,
gonna cut inside, and at the
yeah,
edge of the box, he's just gonna pull off an amazing shot and score. And like everyone watching knows that he's gonna do that, but he still
yeah.
pulls it off, right? Like Lucas
Mm.
Vasquez, same thing. Everyone knows he's gonna do, and that's why he doesn't pull it off. So
Mm.
the huge contrast here. Of course,
Very
comparing Benzema to Lucas Vasquez is kind of
yeah, exactly.
unfair, but the point still stands. Like
But
Benz
he
a
can
lot
still
a lot
cross.
of the
And
times he's also predictable, but you can
he's
be
predictable, but
predictable and
like
still do.
like if you're thinking from you're like perfectly right. No, no. Like if you're thinking from the defender's perspective, like if you see Vasquez running towards you, he's gonna like do a couple of step overs, go wide, and then cross.
Yeah.
But bro, I'm gonna tell you, we will need that throughout the season. It's a long season. We're gonna need that big time. those crosses, like when things are,
Speaking of Carvajal,
yeah.
he said that he's hoping to get back
Mm.
to on El Clasico, but I hope not. I hope he's not like gonna play
I don't
because
think he is.
you remember last season he was back
Mm.
after like a couple of months of being sidelined, and then 30 minutes in he's injured. Spends the rest of the season uh, in a hospital basically. So
Yeah.
I you know what, I don't even think like at this point taking it slow with Carvajal is gonna uh do the job, because I think he's
Yeah.
always gonna be injured for the rest of his career now. But the thing is, why we as a fan base are not as angry as at Carvajal as uh, a certain injured player that came a few years ago, is that Carvajal has been useful for us for years, and
Yeah.
for him he hasn't been useful. I cannot
The thing
remember
is,
one time where he was actually whether we needed him. Like we needed him.
mm,
I mean, we won a game because of him. A single
mm,
game. Not talking about like a
yeah.
trophy or
You
something.
know, the point about this also is that you have to also consider that this is the guy who is supposed to be the main man. You understand? So like you're not expecting like like for Vini Jr. or Rodrigo or Asensio, you can have off games. You understand? Or you can like have
Yeah.
mediocre games, like average games.
Yeah.
But like for you to be the main guy in the white shirt, like we need you to deliver like constantly, constantly. And as
Mm.
Fernando said, like we can't even remember like a single game where like wow, yeah, this guy is the man. Like
You're talking
literally,
about the
there's
Steve
no,
Mandel time, right?
yeah, like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Mariano should step up. As the
uh,
main man,
the confidence on Mariano also is it's on a different level, man. Really,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Noto is
Best
a good
number
show.
7 in history of Real Madrid.
yeah,
I mean,
that's
to
it.
be fair, he's a better number 7 for Madrid than Hazard said. That's unironically
That's
speaking.
that's actually the truth. Like we shouldn't be laughing at that. He's a better number seven for us than Hazard has been. He won us an El Clasico, man. Remember?
Yeah,
So
that's true. Actually, speaking of the pastimes, also like the number sevens, like it was nice to see Marcelo get back on the pitch. Like it felt like I haven't seen him in a very very long time. Like I kind of felt happy about it. Like although I know it's the pastime, well, it was really nice. And additionally, it was nice to get Mendy back, and now finally Alaba has a permanent position, and I hope he can form a
yeah.
partnership with Militao, and at least they can form some understanding and play
When Mendy is there,
stability.
you know how like compact our defense is, right? Like
Yeah,
the very few gaps
yeah.
apart from the right side, the eventual the evident
Actually,
weakness.
the injuries are the is what happened. Like Alaba plays the left back, and then Nacho plays, and then there were times even where Fede Valverde had to play the right back. So like because of lack of
Mm.
consistency, you can't actually create like a back line, a solid back line. So hopefully, like with the return of Mendy, and we hope one day Carval eventually finds a solution to his problem. I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Otherwise, the fan base, like until now, at least until today, they have been always talking about finding a backup for Carvajal. Like now, if this continues past this season, the fan base would turn, just flip the table and actually start talking about Carvajal being the backup, and so
sure.
that's
Sure.
looking good.
Actually, I actually had that like idea when like Hakimi left.
Mm.
Although like Hakimi had not proved himself, like as Nando said, like
Yeah.
Carvajal has shown that he can do this on the biggest stage under the highest of pressure. But like
Mm.
the point was that I felt like Hakimi was the guy to go next. Like I don't know, I just felt like the issue of he can't defend and all this. It doesn't matter really. Like we can see like Alexander Arnold, like the guy is like a bad defender, I would say, but like actually, it's the
Mm.
same thing with Marcelo. Like when Marcelo and Cristiano were playing on the same wing, like we never
Yeah.
knew Marcelo wasn't a very good defender actually. But once
Mm.
Ronaldo left and people started to attack Marcelo, then we understood that okay, Marcelo is a very good attacker, but maybe when exposed, he's not a very good like isolated defender 1v1. So it's the same thing.
Mm.
Like I feel like if you're attacking output is quite high, you can actually like cover for the deficiencies of defense. I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
What do you think, Nodo? Nodo is done.
I think we should get back to Shakhtar. um, you know, thing
What
is,
did you guys think about? Yeah, go on. My bad, my bad.
man of the match of Shakhtar was Benzema.
Yeah.
Do you think Vinicius deserved it more?
60 touches, 2 goals,
One
6
assist.
shots, 3 on target, 1 assist, 4 key passes, 8.9 rating on SofaScore. That's not bad.
Uh,
That's
you
that
know,
much worth
one thing to put, just one thing about Benzema is he participated in all 5 goals pretty much.
Yeah.
First goal was because he was pressuring the defender. Second
Yeah.
goal, he started the attack. I think
Yeah. Stole the
same
ball.
same on the third goal. I mean
Third
on
ball.
the
No,
fourth.
no, no, no. He didn't steal the ball, but he dribbled the player and gave the assist. Just
And
completely
the
become.
last goal he scored himself. Uh, but yeah, I personally would still give it to Vinicius if
Mm.
if it was to me.
Actually, I felt so as well. And actually, I kind of noticed like in the ending part of the match, like it was like Vini was trying to get the hat trick, and like the Madrid
Yeah.
midfield was trying to make Benzema score his goal, like rather than actually look
Mm.
towards Vinicius completing the hat trick. I kind of felt bad about it. I wanted like Vinicius to complete the hat trick and like feel good about that. But yeah, like Benzema has to get his goal actually.
Yeah. To be honest, Benzema, like, so you guys both think that Vinicius deserved it more, right?
Yeah, for
Back
sure.
So,
for me, it should have been Benzema, man, because he was involved in like every goal. Every goal. Like it doesn't happen because of just luck or just him existing. He just like picks up those spaces, half spaces between the lines, like runs in behind, does everything. The complete package.
well, actually, I think maybe personally for me, it's because like I'm still coming to terms with like Vinicius being the finisher he's becoming these days. So like
Yeah.
I'm always waiting, like, okay, when will he go back to the real Vinicius?
He
Like
needed
when
to bag at least 15 goals, and that's us actually giving him, a little bit of leeway. 15
yeah,
goals is what we need at the minimum from a starting winger.
yeah,
One
Nowhere
thing,
near.
in during the game, I had a near heart attack when there was a challenge on Benzema, and he started to touch his hand, and then for like around 10 minutes, he was kind of walking around checking himself, and
Yeah.
I felt like the season is over. Benzema's not getting the Ballon d'Or.
I
uh,
noticed that, but it was nothing serious. But
Yeah, no, thankfully, yeah. But at the moment, when a player starts checking himself out, it usually
yeah,
is serious because you can tell when the player is faking it and when player is actually concerned and is checking himself out.
for me, the scare was what I read on Twitter later. Like they said, Benzema has suffered a knock in his ankle. I was like, yeah. Actually, it was reported by JLS Sanchez. He is
Oh,
actually Taiwan. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
no.
yeah. Well, actually,
I
if
just
you could recall, like there was a tackle in our half where like his boots were actually removed. Like it was quite a hard tackle on his ankle
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
So I think maybe that it's related to that. I'm not sure. Maybe.
might be, might be.
Yeah,
Well,
but Big Ben's is made of iron, so we will see him to place up for the
mm,
Clasico.
mm.
Um,
He should, they said he should be okay for the Clasico. Should be fine. Also, speaking of Benzema, he equaled the fourth highest goal scorer of our club with 290 goals. He just equaled Santillana
yeah,
with 290
and
goals.
he's close to Di Stefano and Raul, and I
Yeah.
think he's gonna beat them both if he, especially if he continues like this.
Yeah,
he's on fire right now.
absolutely.
And I wanted him to
Not
score
good.
so much, so much
Mm.
because he was trying so hard, and you can tell he wants to make his stats even better, and
Yeah,
he's aiming for the Ballon d'Or. He he's he's definitely on that train, like everybody else. Do you think he's gonna get the Ballon d'Or?
compared to last week, has his chances improved? Like, what do you guys think? For me, it has definitely.
Unfortunately, I don't think so. I actually think like I don't know, but I feel like for right now, like Benzema
Mm.
doesn't have that like because the point is we watch the Premier League and like all of a sudden like people are like hyping up Salah like he's the best player and stuff like that. I feel like
Yeah, true.
there's something missing like with La Liga and for example like players like Benzema like there isn't that
Mm.
much publicity. I don't know because like it's just like a publicity contest like who has the more I don't know following or whatever it is. I just feel like for
Yeah,
Benzema, like that's not high enough. Like he doesn't have
yeah.
that much yet. Like and again, considering the fact also that Messi won the Copa and I don't know, Lewandowski got dropped last year, so I
Well,
don't maybe they might want to compensate for these two things.
uh,
Mm.
Benzema won the Nations League.
Well,
And
you're right as
you
well.
can argue that Nations League is not as big of a competition as Copa, but I always found Copa to be a really sort of a sketchy tournament because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
they play it whenever they want, once a
yeah,
year, like
yeah.
once every 2 years.
Mm.
Sometimes it's Japan plays, sometimes it's
Yeah.
Qatar.
Mm.
I don't know. Like it's such a. I find it to be a more random competition than the Nations League is because at least we know what Nations League is, when it is, and this and that.
Yeah.
And Copa del Rey is always a wild card. Oh, look, this time
Copa America, yeah.
it's Australia playing. Oh, let's get US to play next year, and why don't we
Thing
get
is,
France at
thing is
some point?
that's a controversial take. I'll tell you that because Copa America has
Did I say Copa del
like
Rey?
a
I
huge
may have said
history
Copa
behind
del
it.
Rey there.
Like it's been going on for years. And I'll tell you, like I support Brazil like on the international stage, and I'll tell you that apart from Brazil, I'll tell you Brazil, Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, Colombia, maybe Paraguay. That's pretty much it. And I'll tell you the quality of competition is pretty low, but I don't know, man. Nations League has a long way to go to be there, to be among the
Yeah,
usual
I know.
teams.
Like not many people take it seriously, but
Mm.
still, like people don't take Nations League seriously, but because Copa America is so random,
Yeah,
that's why I don't take Copa as seriously.
yeah.
And like
It's
just
popularity.
like people don't take Nations League seriously, and
Since
I
it's a popularity contest, I don't think
yeah,
Benzema's done.
and it's like Copa America is kind of like
Mm.
La Liga. It's usually like Barca and Real winning it,
Yeah.
but sometimes Atletico wins it. Argentina and Brazil are
That
most
necessarily means that's a bad competition or like an uncompetitive league or something. No, right?
yeah,
Like
like
La Liga is still very, very competitive.
yeah, and
Anybody
it's
can
like
win.
whenever somebody apart from Brazil or Argentina wins Copa America, it's pretty significant, especially for that team, and you know how people love football in South America.
Yeah.
But I still think it's kind of a weird competition. It's kind of
Mm.
rules are like they make up the rules as they go, or like
Yeah.
it already exists and those rules are just weird. It's a little hectic
Conan
competition.
Ball, they bend over for more
hmm
people than UEFA does. So
I mean,
it's
what
the way it
happened in
runs.
Brazil was oof.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
Actually, so I was watching the game, uh,
Yeah.
and the Georgian commentators are commentating obviously, and At first they're like they have no idea what's going on, and they're like, who are these people? Why are they in the stadium? This and that, and then they read it online,
Yeah.
who these people are and what they're doing, and this one guy who's a really great commentator just goes crazy on Brazil's president. He just live while like he's the main commentator of the channel, one of the main commentators at least, and he just destroys Brazil's president. He's like calls him an imbecile, a degenerate, and imagine a commentator just calling someone an imbecile and a degenerate and an idiot on live in front of people, and like I was like, what are you doing? But it was it was kind of satisfying. Nah, it was really satisfying. But I was like, "You're a great commentator. Just don't get yourself fired." And that's kind of the crazy stuff that happens on South American in South American football. Speaking of South American football or lack thereof in Barcelona, we are playing Barcelona next, the El Clasico. First time without both Ronaldo and Messi, but this time Benzema in a better form than both of them, and Barcelona in probably the worst shape that I personally can remember. Good for them that Ansu Fati's back.
I love the guy. Brilliant player.
Good for Barcelona, good for Fati. He actually made a contract extension, and people were surprised about his $1 billion release clause. And those people that were surprised probably are the ones that don't follow La Liga and don't know that release clauses are mandatory, and no one expects them to sell Fati for $1 billion. It's just a formal thing, so another Neymar situation won't happen. People that have been carrying them this season, PK, he has stepped up a lot. Not only on the pitch, he made the registering Depay and Aguero possible by taking a contract extension.
Future president, to be honest. Yeah. Club president. Future.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. Eric Garcia is is the one player that will be exploited by Vinicius and Benzema
Do you think he'll
because
start? I don't think he'll start, bro.
he's terrible.
Do you think Eric Garcia is going to start? He won't start the Clasico. Do you think
I-
Farouk is
I-
going to
Yeah,
start?
I think Garcia will start.
Nah,
I think
man.
Garcia will.
He
I
has
think
been
Dominic
starting way too many
For
games.
some reason, like I don't know why, like for some reason, like Garcia is like they rate him so highly. I think by the Barca and the Catalonian guys. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Like, I think
I mean-
What are they smoking?
Luis Enrique, what is he doing? He's
exactly.
taking Eric Garcia. He's absolute like he's bad and he's in a terrible form. Like combination of the worst things. He's not good in the first place, and he's in a terrible form, both mentally and just physically as to what I can see.
Actually,
He's
I'd
making
like to add
mistakes
something to
after
this,
mistake. Yeah.
Like the point is like you said like he's not like he's bad in something or he's not in form. But the point is this like Garcia never actually established himself at City or anywhere. You understand? That's why I said like this they kind of like highly rate him, but we actually haven't seen anything from him. Like in England, he didn't establish himself. At best, he was like the fourth choice centre back. You understand? And then he came to Spain, and out of the blue, like he's playing for the Spanish national team without showing anything. Really, I don't know what's up with the Catalonian
Like,
guys.
why? Like, Farouk, what do you think was the thought process behind this move? Like,
I feel it's just sentiment, really. You know, like the Catalonians are quite proud, like similar to the guys
wasn't-
from the Basque region.
Wasn't Eric Garcia free?
Yeah, he was a free agent.
Yeah,
but like,
there you go, Sinead. That's the reason
but you
behind
know,
the
Garcia
transfer.
to Barcelona has been there for like a long time. Just because Barcelona were in a very bad financial situation, they could not make this happen in January or the previous year, actually. like it's been gaining traction for a long time because he had already told CT that he wasn't gonna renew his contract, and like they knew already, but just like CT weren't gonna let him go for free unless the contract ended officially. So this was that actually.
Like I feel like I honestly feel for Garcia because bro, the in my opinion at least, modern football, right? They churn out like youngsters to do
Yeah.
the right thing, to play it safe, to just be solid on the ball, and you'll eventually break into the first team. And that's not, in my books, that's not defending. Defending is when you can actually anticipate what's going to happen
Mm-hmm.
before the
Mm-hmm.
attacker. And honestly, today's defenders doesn't have that, apart from a very hand-picked few, like absolutely brilliant defenders. And Garcia is one of them.
Like
He's just
Vallejo.
Oh no,
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 um,
no.
like
Like how
he
is
used
that?
to be good.
Like
He used to
really,
be good. Valero,
how do
like,
we have that guy? Like really, when I saw him come on, I was like, wow. Like maybe I'm in the wrong profession. Maybe I could also have become a footballer. God knows, I don't know.
bro. Like to be honest, I used to love Vallejo. Like
Like really,
starting out,
wow.
he was good. Yeah.
Like
Now,
he was at Granada last year, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think he
yeah,
was at Granada, and then he was at
yeah.
Wolves. He was like he was literally all over the place, and he literally can get anything, and like he's back at Real, and he was literally playing a Champions League match. I was like, wow, like wow. I just don't know, man. It's really like I feel okay. Actually, back to the issue about defending. I feel maybe because this is like it's more of a systematic way of playing. Because like when you go
Yeah.
back in time, like with the way of people like Sir Alex Ferguson, like to be honest, like Sir Alex didn't have like like a blueprint or tactics like the way Guardiola has now, or the Conte, let's see, or like a
Yeah.
Pep.
Like
You understand? Like
4-4-2.
exactly, you
Version
guys
4-4-2.
just do. You're a defender. Your job is to stop the ball. You're a goalkeeper. Your job is to
Yeah.
keep the ball out. But these
He
days
used
you
to
have like oh,
emphasize on man marking.
yeah, exactly. But these days you have like you're a goalkeeper, you need to know how to kick the ball. You're a defender, you
Yeah.
need to boot from the back. You're a fullback,
Mm.
like Guardiola's inverted fullbacks or like Klopp's playmaking fullbacks, things like this. Like you just have they just twisted everything. So I think like it's now more of a team defending rather than just an individual specialist. Like okay, I'm a defender, like the old people like the
Yeah.
Sergio Ramos or the Maldinis and so on and so forth. So maybe this is one reason actually. And Eric Garcia maybe would have thrived in a system that works, but
Yeah.
unfortunately he came to Barcelona at the time where stuff
Luis
isn't working anymore.
Enrique is just bringing Eric Garcia, uh, Eric Garcia to Spain's games, and he's starting Spain's games, and he, the Barcelona fanatic that Luis Enrique is, and a very non-biased person, may I
He was
say.
very non-biased.
Non-biased. He thinks he's doing a good thing, that he's bringing Eric Garcia and starting him because he's a
Yeah.
Barcelona player. He's doing good for Barcelona, but he doesn't realize that he's actually hurting both Barcelona and Eric Garcia more because he brings on Eric Garcia, who's definitely not their best defender. Uh, I
I
don't
can't.
know. Like he's definitely not ahead of Nacho.
Yeah.
He's way behind Nacho, if I say so
Yeah.
myself. And he brings on Eric Garcia, and Eric Garcia just embarrasses himself a game after game. He does. Uh, he makes a mistake after mistake, and uh, you can just see the comments on his
Yeah.
like the goals that were considered because of him, and like people are just trashing him just so
Yeah.
hard. It's kind of feel bad for him, but you know like
But like we
it's
can all
not
feel bad
not
for him.
like no one's like just
He
saying
shouldn't
he's
be getting this
shit
much
because
airtime, bro.
mm,
Eric fucking Garcia, bro. He shouldn't be getting this much airtime on
um
our pod.
yeah.
To be honest.
I mean,
You're right.
yeah,
Another guy,
okay.
bro, PK, man. PK. Like, I thought the guy was finished. I thought he was done at the top level. Like, he lost his legs. Like, he can't, like, move as quickly as he used to. So, what do you guys think of his resurgence as the
Actually, I think
true
it's
Don in
It
the
actually it's more about like when you're at like now the point is at Barcelona you look to the right to the left you see like it's the likes of Serginho Dest. Okay, to some extent, we can say Sergio Roberto is also a senior player. You look to these
Yeah.
guys and like you look at the midfield, and, like the young players. The Gavis and the Pedris. The Frankie De Jongs, and like it's up to now, like it's up to Gerard Piqué to actually step up. As you said, like he's washed out. He's been washed out for a while actually, but like now he
Yeah.
just fine. I don't know. Like it's just like a mental, I don't know, like mental resurgence rather than I feel like a physical thing. And like
Physical result.
so I feel it's more about that. Like there's nothing, so like you just have to step up. That's the issue of being an elder statesman. You just step up and you have to control these guys because like there's nothing else to do other than that really.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Barcelona needs him and he's stepped up. Let's see him step down for this game though. Benzema and Vinicius will destroy Piqué.
Let's see Vinny puts them on the floor.
By the
Yeah.
way, we just keep saying Benzema and Vinicius. Like Rodrigo was really good against Shakhtar.
Rodrigo, man. So
Yeah,
underrated.
sure, but
Always.
He was good.
he's still not on the same level. It's like Rodrigo, Vinicius, and then Benzema. I also midfield is Sergio Busquets, which last time out injured Lucas Vasquez, and since
Even
then
I thought
he's
he was fit. Like,
Even for him, like I thought he was done.
yeah.
Still
So
doing bad.
he injured Lucas Vasquez last time out, and
Yeah.
he's been in a bad form since then. So thank you, Sergio. Appreciate it. Then they
he's
have
been slightly better this season.
poor man's Valverde. Of course, referring to De
This
Jong.
guy
Frankie.
will get us cancelled, Farouk. Like I'll be honest.
De Jong is decent, but he's no Valverde for sure. And then they have a third midfielder. Who's that?
It's Gavi, bro. I'm so
Gavi,
impressed.
Oh, yeah.
He-
Oh yeah,
Let's go.
Gavi the goat. Gavi the player who got called up in Spain's squad, even though he hasn't played anything, and then there was Asensio who scored a hat trick, and he didn't get called up, and I think, and Gavi did. I'm not saying like Asensio's hat trick redeemed him from everything, but
No.
I mean his hat trick definitely earned him a spot at least more than Gavi, because who the hell is Gavi? Who is that? Like first time I heard of Gavi was when Luis Enrique called him up on Spain's squad, and like the Reddit title said Gavi called up. Like, who's Gavi?
Yeah.
And then I learned that he apparently plays for Barcelona.
I know where you're coming from.
Luis Enrique rubbed you the wrong way, bro.
Then they have Memphis in attack, who's he's inconsistently good. I guess I think that's the
4 goals, 2 assists this season.
perfect summary of him, because he's been mostly good for Barcelona, but then there were a few games where he should have won and just poof in his brain. Then Fati, who has come back brilliantly. And I think, to be honest, I think he's gonna score against us, because it's just set up that way. So the headlines will go crazy.
Our right side is weak,
Uh,
so Fati.
and
can
then
do it.
they have second De Jong.
Look, Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Luke De Jong is.
I don't know how this guy starts for Barcelona.
I don't know how he ended up in Barcelona. What was that?
In what timeline is he Doctor Strange? Like how did he manage?
Guys,
to
we're
get
talking of a team that bought Martin Braithwaite, man. Don't forget about this. So,
So Brighton, even though he was a mean man, he used to do bits. He used to score. He used to like link up. Like he
Is he
wasn't.
still in Barcelona?
I don't care what Braithwaite does. Like a player like Braithwaite doesn't belong at a team like Barcelona.
In Barcelona, I get it. But bro, like we have to change with the time, man. Like it's not 2015 anymore. That's long gone.
Yeah, I think Barcelona is
man.
Braithwaite
It's-
quality team now. and then they're only gonna get worse. Like future is looking very grim for Barcelona, and I've said this for years. When Messi's gonna leave Barcelona, it's gonna be way worse than it was for Real Madrid when Ronaldo left. Because when Ronaldo left, we still had a team. Now they have washed up Piqué, who has stepped up this period, sure, but like he's become a very injury prone, and he's old. Sergio Busquets is old, and how long will Ter Stegen carry them and save them? They have Serginho Dest, who's
Yeah.
eh,
That's good.
he's not
Good, bro. That's is good. Like,
yeah, but
he's
he's not
good
world
on
class. He's good, but he's not world class.
Like,
Jordi Alba
who
is
is world
old.
class in Barcelona's team at the moment?
I
Nobody.
like
Even Ter Stegen has fallen off a cliff.
Sergio Busquets
Yeah,
is like the
that's
only one you
true.
could say apart from like Ter Stegen.
You know what? No, like I used to share the same sentiment because you mentioned like how you felt Messi leaving would end Barcelona, bro. Like I used to tell my Barca mates that your club is actually, like being Messi's slave for no reason. Like you shouldn't, like no club should, like absolutely fall on any player's feet or bend over for anybody, because that actually puts your club in a like in a sense of jeopardy, because
Mm-hmm.
nobody's going to respect you. Like once you like completely cater to any player's wishes, then it's gone. Then the only way is downhill from there.
The little
And
dictator,
that
right?
happened. Yeah, well, bro.
Yeah, man. It's actually I feel like I don't know. Well, like I felt like Messi was the least of their problems. Actually, they just kept on making mistakes upon mistakes
No,
upon mistakes. I think
Messi,
that's a difference between
Messi was not
with
a
Real.
problem. Messi
But his
was the
weapons were.
only player that has been
Yeah.
keeping Barca from completely getting demolished. And
I'm not talking from the football side of things. I'm talking from a, like a
Financial,
institutional,
administrative, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
exactly.
institutional financial viewpoint. Yeah.
financial is more than Messi. It's Bartomeu, the
Yeah,
greatest Real Madrid legend that has ever existed. Uh, he did everything basically. The only
Yeah.
reason that most of the reason that Barcelona is in such a terrible situation is Bartomeu.
yeah.
What was he doing? It's like what Bartomeu did. Like when you download like a simulator game where you have to build a company, and the first time out you don't know how to do stuff and what to do, and you just start overpaying for everything, and then you lose the game because you go bankrupt, and then you have to start over and get a new game, and now you know what to do. It's like
He thought
basically
he could
that.
load up a save from
Yeah, yeah, but
football.
there are no saves. It's been corrupted. So that's what happened with Bartomeu. I don't know
I think
what
it's a
went
bit
through
of
his.
both, bro.
Hmm?
It's one, like what he made is a valid point. Another thing I felt during that time was he had his personal interests, to cater.
Yeah.
Like remember the Paulinho deal, the Chinese club he was, sold to, then bought back and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he had his personal shady shit
Yeah,
going on
isn't
there.
there where Bale was going?
Was it Evergrande or something?
Uh, l-
Shanzui?
yeah, so Bale, the Chinese club Bale was going to. He was gonna
Yeah.
go there. Then,
Thank God. Go.
since Asensio got injured, we canceled the transfer, and then the club fell apart, as far as I know.
Mm, mm.
Uh, so that's why I thought.
Talking
So,
about like absentees for Barca, like guys, Braithwaite is like no matter how bad we think he is, he's essential to the way Barca plays.
Mhm.
in my opinion at least. And Araujo is a brilliant defender. Like I rate him very highly. He can do the job. And Pedri, and let's not talk about Dembele. He is always, he's just gone. So Araujo, Pedri are huge misses. Like, uh, how do you guys think? Like, Nodo, do you rate Pedri more than Gavi? Pedri is good, right?
Pedro's brilliant. Yeah. Uh, uh, I mean, you don't start literally every. Yeah, I don't play. I don't know if he started every game. You don't play every single game of the season at Barcelona and Spain if you're not
Yeah.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
even though if you play for Barcelona, then you're gonna then you're gonna play for Spain because reasons. But okay, so
Yeah.
let's. I'm gonna drop Spain because I think Luis Enrique is a lunatic, and he did he's just I don't know. I have nothing good to say about him. So I'm just gonna speak about Barcelona. You don't start every game at Barcelona, especially at age 18, if you are not
Mm.
good. So
Yeah.
again, I'm gonna say I have no idea who Gavi is, and and
I don't know this guy.
Pedri played every game of the season, and then he wanted to play more, and he was basically like forced to
Forced to
take a
take
break,
the
and
yeah, take
that just shows his passion and determination. And
Yeah.
even if you don't have talent, passion and determination is gonna bring you, a long ways. And
yeah.
he definitely has talent, so makes him a little bit dangerous. But I don't think it's
Yeah.
gonna be dangerous enough, to be
Mm.
honest. What about Barcelona's bench? I don't even know who's on their bench.
Aguero
Yeah.
is there for
Oh yeah,
starters.
Aguero. Aguero.
Coutinho.
Oh, the
Coutinho.
guy who destroyed Barcelona. I think
I mean,
hand in hand with Bartomeu, like
if
attacking.
if Coutinho plays against us, uh, it would probably mean that Barcelona will have to pay some more to Liverpool, that because there's probably like a clause that Coutinho plays against Real Madrid.
Yeah,
Barcelona has
I
to
don't know.
pay Liverpool because they had to pay Liverpool because of Coutinho like 10,000 times now. So
Wow, like
yeah,
that deal was something else, man. Really, like the deal, like you could see like how contrasting fortunes are. Like literally, Coutinho was the big, like okay, he wasn't the beginning, but like he was the eventual domino. Like he was the
Yeah,
last piece of the puzzle for the, the ending of the empire, and literally he was the last piece of the puzzle for Klopp to build a dynasty at Liverpool. Like, you know,
I
really, man.
think Coutinho was the last piece of the puzzle to destroy Barcelona.
yeah.
Uh, Also, like I think it to me it's like the funniest football story is the Coutinho's clause about if he wins UCL, Barca has to pay 5 million to Liverpool, and that was absolutely hilarious because Coutinho won on a loan, and he participated in demolishing Barcelona, and Barcelona had to pay Liverpool for that. That is just absolutely hilarious to me. One of my favorite football stories of all time.
Like if you tell your kids that,
Yeah.
they'll be like, like you drunk that, basically,
Uh,
because this doesn't happen.
yeah, I will definitely be telling that to my kids.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like funny stories you remember, like back in my day, when
Yeah, back in my
Bartomeu was the Barcelona's president and he was an incompetent idiot. Uh,
But
Okay.
we're getting too ahead of ourselves, in my opinion, because even though Barcelona is in a mess, they are down and out, like how it seems at the moment, at least. It's still a Clasico, and anything can go
mhm.
anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
Form goes out of the window. Like it's just the Clasico on its own can do weird things, man. Like for me, the greatest worry for me is because they're gonna match our formation. Like until like a couple of weeks ago, like right after they lost to Atletico, I think Coleman was talked to by the board to like just fix your shit up, otherwise you're like sacked in like a couple of months by December. I think that's what happened. Because until then he used to like change formations like he changes salad, like 3-4-2-1, 3-1-4-2, 4-2-3-1. Sometimes like just even like opting for a formation from I think some random draw, because he used to go absolutely bonkers with formations in my opinion, and that was like contributing like a large chunk to how bad they were. But since the last two games, at least against Valencia and Kiev, he is reverting back to a more traditional 4-3-3, which in my opinion would work for Barcelona because of their um, lack of personnel per se. So I think that'll be a problem. What do you guys think? Because they're going to be 4-3-3 as well, most probably. What do you guys think?
Well,
Is
actually,
that
I think the thing becomes a battle of the midfield actually, and actually I feel
yeah,
like right now, and I don't know, I feel like Barca's midfield cannot match Real's because like
yeah,
the Barca's midfield, it's like although like Sergio Busquets is a bit back these days, but he's still like pedestrian. He still doesn't have that athleticism in the midfield anymore, and
no,
like
no, he doesn't.
well,
But
like
our midfield also doesn't have it, bro. Like
yeah.
Cruz, Casemiro, these guys. Casemiro can move about.
Yeah,
Modric can
but
as well.
actually, Cruz has never been like a athletic mobile guy. It was always with
No, no,
Modric and like, but like
Yeah.
with most likely with I'm thinking maybe Valverde is gonna start the game. So I think like most
Really?
likely his athleticism might. I'm actually expecting that actually, because I don't
Don't
know.
you
I
think
feel like
Valverde will be part of the front three instead of the midfield three for us?
mm, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like
Okay.
we're gonna go more like a lot of athleticism on that side, like because like the truth is like Jordi Alba
Fati
is
is
still
down there, yeah.
Yeah,
Jordi Alba is
yeah.
still quite fast like this day. So maybe I don't know Rodrigo Valverde to counter that plays and because against Lucas Vasquez, like although like I like and admire him, it's just cross your fingers. You don't know what's gonna happen today. He's Maradona, and the next day he's
But
Gallas.
yeah,
Uh,
let's hope, man. Let's hope Carlo doesn't start Valverde like at fullback. I don't want
oh yeah,
to see
Oh
no,
that.
that's
no no
that's
no
fair.
no 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 no! That is
I prefer Lucas Vasquez to be a right back than Valverde.
yeah.
Oh, you do like him now? Okay, thank you.
Uh, as long as I think as long as Mendy starts, we are gonna win this game.
Wow.
Well, our defense is sorted with Mendy. I'll tell you that.
Almost, but
Yeah. Like
there's
I still
Militao.
feel like
one
we
side
have 1-2 chances almost every
one
game. Like,
side that is a little weak, even with Mendy. I think
Mhm.
one spot.
yeah, well, I
Like,
feel like even like we have like a mistake and us like a chance to give like 1, 2, 3 chances to give in every game, and we just have to hope that Courtois is there to save the
Oh my
stuff.
God, yeah,
But
yeah.
Courtois is
I
always
just
there
feel
to
like
save stuff.
it's just about because the defense is still new, like so we just need a bit of time to adapt to the post Ramos run era, and like if the guys get to understand each other, we can build up eventually. And the injuries have not helped as well, but hopefully
Has
we'll
Ramos
get
played? Has Ramos played a game
up.
at PSG? Not yet.
Not yet.
Wow.
He was actually supposed to play over the last weekend, but then he got injured again, and they said
Really?
like he has to wait for 10 days again, and then after 10 days they can evaluate the situation.
Whoops. Maybe
let's
he
Yeah,
should.
see.
Maybe he should have just forgot about the money, and just continued to be
Well,
here.
no, actually, I
Well,
think for Ramos it wasn't more about the money, more about the duration of the contract and stuff like that. And then like
yeah.
eventually when he wanted the contract, they told him like, unfortunately, the ship has sailed. We don't
Yeah,
have that
but
offer
that
for
was
you to
his
be.
fault. I mean, he literally said himself that he told Perez to just continue planning without him. What was Perez supposed to do? It's not like football manager, actually I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Like when you're running a multi-billion dollar business, you have to like plan ahead. You can't just be like in the moment making decisions. You have to like just know what you're gonna do next few months minimum, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how it goes. Like Perez
You
is
can't.
like, okay, you know what? Like, your plan has to be pitch perfect. One one thing that's gonna go wrong. It may start a chain, and you know you may end up having to sell your best player because you don't have money to keep him. And then like you're gonna be in a massive debt. And like Perez is a smart man. He plans ahead and he plans brilliantly every single time. And you know he can't just be making random decisions left and right just in the moment. It was like Ramos leaving was all about Ramos, and you know
Like you definitely you can't say that for a fact, man, because it's gray lines everywhere. Like I don't think it's black and white, just like how the media says it. But you know, at the end of the day, we knew we had to move on from Ramos. Like we couldn't rely on him.
you know what? I would have given him the benefit of the doubt, but every single
Mm.
contract extension he has gotten, he
Yeah.
has made it hell for us every single time. And you know, just Perez just
Yeah.
got tired of his bullshit,
Mm.
and Ramos was has gotten old and he's become more injury
He
prone.
almost
And
I remember he almost met Louis van Gaal when he was at United like 6 years ago. Like he almost walked in, almost signed the pre-contract, but he didn't.
yeah,
Well, that's football, man. It's ruthless. It's cutthroat. Like what can you do?
But then, like even in the, you have just checked the events also. I think in 2021 maybe Ramos played a maximum of 5-6 matches in total for the
Yeah,
entire year. Like so,
yeah,
it's not like he'll just be sitting on the in the physio's room and you're literally paying him bonkers. So it's
yeah.
it was time just to move on as well. Otherwise, we'll just become stagnant and waiting for Ramos, waiting for Ramos. So it's best to move on and see what happens.
Yeah.
by the way, on the Clasico, the in the war room, it's gonna be Gonzalez.
Oh my God,
He's not as bad as Hernandez, but he's like the next Hernandez, you know.
bro. He is just like maybe the second worst ref in Spain. Like
After
I don't know, man.
Hernandez. Yeah, to be honest, people shit on Gil Manzano, but
Yeah.
I think Gil Manzano is a pretty good referee.
Yeah,
There was that one incident against Joao Felix, but
yeah.
uh, you know I remember he gave a red card to Messi, and you know Messi has deserved a red card many times. But he's never been given a red card because he's Messi. And you know, Gil Manzano had the balls to
I
give
get you. I
Messi
love that.
a red card, and that just made me happy. You know, so that's why I respect Gil Manzano and Mateo
Refereeing.
Laos. Mateo
Oh,
Laos,
that was the main man.
for the past few games that he has refereed, Reals or just an important match that I have seen, he has been pretty solid every single time. Like he was pretty bad at some point, but for the past period, he's been pretty solid. You know, especially for the standard that Spanish referees are held to because they're terrible.
They're better than the English ones, but yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. English refereeing is a joke, and you know, coming
So
from a Real Madrid fan, that's a
we shouldn't, in my opinion, bro. Like the team as a whole shouldn't worry about the referees at all. We should be actually putting this game to bed, like 3-4-0. Like I'm still haunted by
yeah,
the
but
5-0s. Like I'm still salty. I'm 27. I saw that like when I was 14.
I've
So
seen that too.
man, it's been a long time coming. We need to thrash them
Oh yeah,
at their home.
yeah, and that would make me so happy. I have Jagermeister uh,
You sure
in
do.
here after the party. It has been left over, if we score three, if we're gonna be 3 up at some point,
Yeah.
I'm putting that in a glass and just drinking lots and lots of Jaeger as a
I have some
celebration.
fine Chris. So I'm pretty covered for the week. So, you know.
Okay, let me check at what time the game will commence because I haven't
It's
checked.
10:15 Eastern. It's an early kickoff. Very early.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's early. My time also is quite early.
Oh no. What is this? What is
It's
this? Why?
Bro, it is to cater to the Asian market. That's the
Yeah.
reason why. That's the reason why. It's just how, money talks, bro. Money talks.
At least it's Saturday and I don't have to go to work. That's the
It's Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, yeah, that's great because if I had to miss this, I'd be like I'd have to either miss the first half or I'd have to I'd have to leave early, and it's like a lose-lose situation because I've had to leave early a few times this week because I have exams. Then I had to go to mechanics and stuff, so I had to leave early. So I don't want to do that. But yeah, I guess for Asia, this is pretty good. But
Yeah.
what about you, Suned? What time is it that for you?
It's 10:15 a.m. It's in the morning.
10:15 a.m. Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine just wait. Like I would wake up at that time, even on a Sunday, and but I just can't imagine
But
being
you know,
in a
bro,
mood in the morning to
You know-
watch football.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
Mm.
just it.
Like, let me tell you something. Something else will wake me up at 10:15 on Sunday. Do you know what?
What?
Let me read this out to you, okay? Gerard Piqué has scored 16 goals in the
Oh,
Champions
it's
League.
more than Ramos. That hurt me.
14 goals for Barcelona, equaling Roberto Carlos as the highest scoring defender in the competition history. Like, I don't know how that makes sense.
Exactly. Like what?
bro, how does that?
I had just assumed that it would be Ramos because Ramos is one of the highest scoring defenders of all time,
Yeah.
and it's just
Crazy.
how is PK how is PK equaling Roberto Carlos and just taking #1 spot? Highest scoring
Defender
defenders.
in the competition history. Like, well, props to him. Let's hope he doesn't on Sunday, and we can give him the manita, like he gave us. So, yeah, I really hope, man. Like, what do you predict, bro? Farouk, is it gonna be a thrashing or still a KG affair?
Yeah, I'm predicting more of a 3-1, 2-1 affair. I'm not yet sure. I'm thinking a 2-1, 3-1 affair. There's no clean sheet for sure. I think we can skip the clean
Yeah.
sheet.
Ansu Fati will score. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
3-1. Benzema double. Vinicius goal.
That's a fair reflection.
Vinicius
Like,
goal and an assist.
Mhm.
Modric assist. Benzema 2 goals.
Kamavinga assist from the bench. I would love to see that. He was brilliant against Shakhtar when he came on.
Oh yeah, he came on. He came on against Shakhtar. At that point, I had stopped paying attention. I was just watching it out of fun. I had stopped analyzing and looking at stuff, and when I was and I realized that because after third goal, I stopped analyzing stuff. I stopped paying attention to details, and I was just watching it out of fun. And when I was on our sub voting for players, I was like, wait, I don't remember what he did because I wasn't paying attention to the details. So I was like, how much do I vote for him? People were writing Casemiro was amazing, and I'm like, I don't remember what Casemiro did.
Casemiro was up to his usual standards.
It's not like I wasn't paying attention to the game in general. I was just enjoying it too much to keep track of what was going on. I was just like goals. Fun.
And so Let's hope Benzema rescues us, bro. Again, we need him. We need him bad. 11 goals in 11 games this season. Man, he's on fire. Let's hope he just continues this vein of form. And I'll tell you, if he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or this year, if he maintains this
He's gonna
just
win
like this
next year.
every day, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Uh,
But then a certain Mohamed Salah has something to say
wait.
about that.
When is the Spanish Super Cup?
If we Spanish should be in Jan.
Yeah, I think
Is
it's
it in
still in
Saudi
Saudi
Arabia?
Arabia, right? Yeah, I think it's still in Saudi Arabia.
I think it should be.
Are we gonna play that?
We finished second, I think.
Yeah,
Third,
so it
fourth.
was
Yeah,
like
because we didn't win the La Liga. We did not win the Copa.
We
Uh,
lost to Plumber last year.
uh, that was the only game Lunin has played for us.
Oh, well, yeah. I feel for Lunan. I haven't seen anything of Lunan. Like, have you guys seen him like play somewhere, like for the youth teams or something? Like, I haven't
Not
watched him.
really. And like people are like, "Oh, Lunin's great. Lunin's amazing." Like, okay, that's great that he's good, but where? Where did you see that? Well,
Yeah.
like I have not seen Lunin do anything. He was on loan, I think, but he didn't get a lot of playtime there either. So I
Yeah.
like people are saying that he's amazing. It's such a good upcoming goalkeeper. Like, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Like, yes,
actually he was on loan at Valladolid, like Ronaldo's club, I guess. But he, as you said, yeah, he didn't play a lot. But I think actually it's more about scouting. You know, like it was actually the same for Thibaut Courtois actually. Like while he was young, like in Genk, like they actually
Yeah.
said like he was like a very 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 good goalkeeper, and actually he turned out well. Also. So I think
Yeah.
maybe it's just about the scouting and all that, you know, because you check the stats and all these things. But then, as you guys
Yeah.
said, yeah, you know, the scouting and the stats and all these things doesn't necessarily translate into being a successful footballer eventually.
It's all about
Actually,
the eye.
yeah, actually, I feel actually like Lunin has done a good thing by staying. Actually, but then Courtois is still quite young, but like he's learning like
Yeah.
literally with one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So I think that might be a plus for him. I don't know. Eventually, even if he doesn't make it at Real, he can go on to have a fantastic career. I feel.
I think we should, like, in my opinion, bro, we should be loaning out players with buyback clauses like we used to do. But I don't think the market at the moment, I don't think clubs would actually buy into that. They are not willing to.
we have a buyback on regular, right?
No.
Is it a buyback or a first option?
No.
I think it's a first.
First refusal. First refusal.
A first
Yeah,
refusal, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna need him. Anyway, so. But I think, like, I know we're gonna need Hakimi,
We don't have any kind of, you know.
but you know,
No.
Hakimi's in a prison right now, so you know,
Like, like the
not
point
not
is, if
the
we
same
don't
not
back
the
it, then it's
same prison
impossible.
Benjamin Mendy is, folks. So keep that in mind. He's in a different kind of prison.
Yeah.
Benjamin Mendy and Gylfi Sigurdsson are in a different
Let's
kind of
not talk
environment.
about it. How are we doing for time, Nodo?
Minute and eight, hour and 8 minutes. I think we should start wrapping up right now. We pretty much covered it all.
Any thoughts from you guys?
Um, you know,
Anything to add?
yeah, but not from me, Farouk. Anything?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to a midfield domination in our match against Barca.
Yeah.
I hope we can get
In
some.
that case, we are gonna wrap this up, everybody. We are gonna be back after we thrash Barcelona. You know,
Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed.
you know, we're gonna beat them so hard. They're gonna
Let's
go
hope.
go to the second division.
I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah,
I don't wanna jinx it.
like in before I eat my words Sunday. Yeah, if I'm gonna have to eat my words, I'm not doing the next episode. So like, I'm not gonna.
Oh my
do
God.
If we're gonna lose, I'm not doing the next episode. So anyways, that is it, everybody. We're gonna see you after the
Hala Madrid.
Barcelona game. Hala Madrid.
A la Madrid.
Bye.